What is up everyone, I'm ATRon The Gamer, and in this video I'm going to be going over the basic rules you need to know in order to play Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a virtual card game made by Blizzard, featuring various facets from the Warcraft series. The game is still in closed beta right now, and you can sign up for an invite through your Battle.net account. Let's jump in on how to play. Now, the objective of the game is to defeat your opponent. In order to do so, you will have to take their health points down to 0 or anything in the negatives while keeping your own health above 0. If you hit 0 or less, you lose. To start, both players will receive 3 cards, and a virtual coin will be flipped to decide who has the first turn. If you go second, you will receive a 4th card. Now, once you have your starting hand, you will now have the option of replacing any of the cards in your current hand. And you can select as many as you like, anywhere from 0 to 3 or 4 if you're going second. And any of those cards that you've selected to exchange, they will go back into the deck and you will receive a random card in its place. Now, once you've confirmed your selection, you will be stuck with that hand, and the game will begin. If you went second, not only will you receive a 4th card, but you will also receive a card called the Coin. On your turn, you will receive 1 additional mana crystal, as well as replenishing any previously expended mana crystals, and you will draw 1 card. Depending on how many mana crystals you have, decides what cards you will or will not be able to play. There are 4 ways to spend mana crystals. 3 of them are for the different types of cards: minions, spells, and equipment. The 4th way is your hero's power. Each card in hero power has specific mana costs, and they are signified by the blue hexagon. This can be found on the top left of the card, or for the hero power at the top of it. Minion cards will also have 2 other numbers on them. These numbers symbolize the attack and hit points of the minion. The symbol on the bottom left of the card is the attack of the minion, and the symbol on the bottom right of the card is the minion's hit points. Let's get into some of the basic combat rules for minions. Unless otherwise specified, a minion will not be able to attack on the turn that it was summoned. It will also not be able to attack when it is not your turn. And, unless otherwise specified, a minion will only be able to attack once per turn. When a minion attacks another minion, both minions will deal their attack to one another's hit points. Damage dealt to a minion is permanent, and when a minion's hit points reaches 0 or less, it dies and leaves the field of play. So in this case, I'm about to use my Bloodfen Raptor to attack my opponent's Mana Addict. My Bloodfen Raptor's attack is 3 and its hit points are 2, while my opponent's Mana Addict's attack is 1 with 3 hit points. Now that I confirm my attack, as I said before, both minions in combat will deal their damage to one another. My Bloodfen Raptor attacks for 3, and my opponent's Mana Addict attacks for 1. My Bloodfen Raptor lives with 1 hit point left, and my opponent's Mana Addict dies. Let's move on to spell cards. Spells affect various facets in the game of Hearthstone. They can draw cards, deal damage to a minion or hero, positively affect your own minions, your hero, or your hero power, negatively affect your opponent's minions, create minions, and gain or replenish mana crystals. Equipment cards are the last type of card in the game. They are similar to minions in that their attack is symbolized by the number in the bottom left corner of the card. However, unlike minions, they do not have HP. Instead, they have durability. The durability is determined by the number in the bottom right corner of the card. The durability of a piece of equipment will go down whenever it is used for an attack. A piece of equipment can be used for an attack if the mana cost is paid, which will then equip that piece of equipment to your hero. This will allow for you to attack your opponent's minions or your opponent's life points. You can also attack with a piece of equipment on the first turn that it is played, unlike a minion. Keep in mind that when you attack with your hero, the combat is similar to that of minions in that whatever is attacked will deal damage to one another. So if you attack your opponent's minion or hero, your hero will take damage equal to that minion or hero's attack. Getting rid of your opponent's minions is a great way to defend yourself from their assault, but remember that in order to win, you have to bring their hero's hit points to 0. Depending on what number turn it is will decide how many mana crystals you have. The longer the game goes, the more cards you will be able to play. For example, it is now turn 8 for me, so I have 8 mana crystals. I can now play Senjin Shield Master, which costs 4 mana crystals, and Oasis Snapjaw, which also costs 4 mana crystals, for a total of 8 mana crystals expended. This leaves me with 0 mana crystals for the rest of the turn. Also in a Hearthstone game, you max out at 10 mana crystals on turn 10, and will only have 10 mana crystals even on turns 11, 12, 13, and so on. Your mana crystals will still be replenished upon the beginning of each of your turns. And that's going to do it everyone for my video on basic rules for playing Hearthstone. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to me on my YouTube channel for future Blizzard gaming content. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook at ATRonTheGamer. Hope to see everyone next time. Later.